Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk. I'm your host, Alexander Ali, and today on the show, we've got on the incredible Marcy Roth from Eklund Gomes. Marcy, applause, applause, applause.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Marcy, we're calling you the West Side Deal Maker because you keep closing stuff right and left. You recently joined the Eklund Gomes team. Here you are with Mr. Frederick Eklund. When did you join Eklund and Gomes?
It's actually about a year now that I've joined. I just actually realized the other day that I think it's my year anniversary, like a couple weeks ago.
I noticed that too, but what do you love about working with, or what did you find surprising about working with Frederick here in LA?
Frederick, I mean, really how sweet and down to earth he is and just genuine. I sort of knew that, but, because I had met him before I joined the team, but he really just is, sweet, honest, straightforward, and I love that about him. And I think that reflects in the team as well. Everyone on the team really is truly a team player and works well together and really just has upstanding values. So, and I think that comes from the top down, from, Frederick and John.
I agree. I think the way he does business is refreshing here in Los Angeles. But Marcy, we call you the West Side Deal Maker. We're also calling you the Mommy Maker because you've got this beautiful daughter, and we kind of pulled these from your Instagram. What's your daughter's name?
Her name is Brooke, and that's actually, that popped up on my phone, and so I shared that. That's a couple years ago. She's 6 years old now.
Oh my gosh, here she is.
Yeah, there she is.
And she wanted her 2 front teeth for Christmas?
She did, yes. She's now lost 4 front teeth, but she lost those 2, and it's very cute.
She looks so much like you. She's got your eyes and everything.
I know, that's what everyone says.
We also saw this on your Instagram yesterday. Yes. Marriage is the relationship in which one person knows right and the other is the husband. Do you have any ants in your family?
Do I? Yeah. A day, but yeah. I'm with my longtime partner. We're not technically married, much to my parents' disappointment. But I call him my husband because it's easier, especially dealing with older clients. I don't know. They sometimes, if I say partner, they're not sure what that means. But yeah, it's basically that kind of relationship we have going on, that dish towel.
Wait, I have to hear more about this modern marriage for Marcy.
Yes.
Yeah. How long have you guys been together but not married?
About 8 years.
That's amazing. Why do you think it works for you not to get married?
Well, at the beginning when we first met, I did want to get married, and especially right when we were having Brooke. But I think now, for better or worse, it becomes, it's sort of easier, I think, at the beginning to get married. Now it's just we're like in the day-to-day life, and I don't know, maybe life's a little less romantic. Obviously, for to do it at some point, but because she asked.
I don't think you have to do it. I don't think you have to do it. I think you just keep it without getting married. I think that works. Let's switch topics to real estate headlines. We wanted to get your expert opinion on this headline on Sylvester Stallone is listing his Beverly Park estate for $130 million. When I saw this, I thought stunt pricing. What did you think, Marcy?
Yeah, I think it looks pretty spectacular, but I don't think that's anywhere near where they'll ultimately get. But I haven't seen it yet. But that was just my gut. On a lot of these pricing that are over, 100 million or 200, a lot of it's for marketing, as you know, as a marketing guru.
Absolutely. We call it stunt pricing in my world, but I'd love to get the agent's feedback on it because I think that this is definitely worth a lot of money, but 130 I don't think so. What would you predict that it would trade for, Marcy? Let's make a guess, and then we can, when it sells, we can come back on and say.
I don't remember how big the house is, but maybe 65, 70.
I usually say it sells for half, so I'm going to go with 70 as well.
Yeah.
70 million. All right, so on to Marcy. Marcy, you've got something that we're going to call coming soon, our words, not yours, and it is actually twist, whitened, 7 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms, 18,000 square feet. Yeah. We actually threw a party at this property.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, and it was overpriced, and now you're coming in, and I want the audience to guess the new price that you are going to list it at. So take us inside, Whiten. What is your strategy to relist this house?
So our strategy is, we're actually doing it in 2 stages. Right now, as you can see, it's not staged yet, but we want to get it on the market. There's a lot going on with the lockdown and everything, but we're going to get it on the market. We're doing actually some virtual staging, but and then we're going to stage it. But we really want to reposition it as a family house and as an estate. in Holmby Hills. I think before, you guys did an amazing job. It was a little bit more hip, and we find that Holmby Hills in particular is really more of a family neighborhood. So that's how we're repositioning it. And, with Frederick, obviously Frederick's massive, following, we know it'll get a lot of exposure. And hopefully now that we're moving past the lockdown, at least in LA, and hopefully, soon internationally, we feel like the buyer could be someone from overseas.
I love that you say you're repositioning it as a family house. I think that's so important when you take on a new property or a property that's been on the market. You really need to come at it with a new narrative. How are you going to position it as a family house?
A little bit of everything, even down to the staging. We plan to do 1 or 2 of the bedrooms. We've already talked about doing them as, kid's bedroom, young kid, old kid, and child. In the messaging a little bit, and then we are going to do a video, but it'll probably be, with, one of our slick Frederick videos, but, making sure to sort of position it, in the messaging. And then we are hoping to film it for $1 million listings. So obviously they're do on the spot messaging, and, Frederick can talk about how, who the ideal buyer is.
I love that. So audience, guess the price. Marcy, do you remember what it was listed for before you had it?
I do. Yes.
And what was that price?
Was it 50?
It was at 50 million. So what is the new price that they'll be listing it at? Audience, we've got some guesses. We've got a 17.7 from Peds 93. That's way too low.
Wow.
And we've got a 40 million from Rubik's Johnson. But the winner, of course, has to be Zach Mostami.
I know Zach. Yay!
Zach, he gets it at $45 million. That is the correct price.
We love Zach.
Yeah. We love Zach too. He's a great guy. Whiten, $45 million.
Yes.
I love that, Marcy. All right, well, Marcy, we're going to have you come over and play a game with us. The game is called Guess Who Agent Edition, where we're going to show you a picture of a top agent, and you try and guess who it is behind the emoji. Are you ready?
I'll try.
Here is your first one. It's a CEO founder. He's very famous.
Oh, is it Highland? Jeff
Yes,
Highland?
it's correct. It's
well, we just did a showing with him last week, so I recognize the bald.
Good one. Next, moving on. She's the daughter of a famous real estate entrepreneur.
Oh, Mauricio's daughter.
Yes. Kyle's daughter. Her name is?
Farah.
Yes, correct. It's
I've worked with her. I'm like.
We dropped this, just so you guys know, we dropped this on her. She had no idea we're going to do this. That's Guess Who Agent Edition. I love that. If you're just joining us, you're watching Real Talk with Marcy Roth. Marcy, I was surprised when I was reading your bio on your website here that you not only have a 4-year college degree, but you have an MBA.
I do, yes.
So why did you do all that school and then fall into real estate? What was it about real estate that you loved?
Well, I grew up actually in a family of real estate, not on the side that I'm on, but my grandfather, was one of those American dream stories, came over on the boat, sort of thing, started sweeping floors and ended up, in the end being able to buy commercial real estate in New York City, Manhattan. So obviously at a time, like he was buying buildings for 40 grand in the 50s and all that. So, and we only have one property left, but through that, I saw that, but I did go a different path. Per being guided. And then it always sort of was in the back of my head. And I now help manage the properties we have left. And so, the MBA was really to get more business experience when I was going down that path. But I don't know, eventually it just sort of made sense for me, with being a mom and just all the background from growing up to make that move, with actually prodding from my husband. But
do you think it's a good career to be in if you want children?
I do, but there is definitely a misconception that, at least in California, real estate's obviously not a part-time mom career. I think like maybe in decades past, like my parents' generation, you could be like a mom and a realtor. It's definitely not that easy right now. It gives, we talk about flexibility. There is some flexibility, but it's definitely, still a very fine balancing act and very full-time. So
yeah, I think the thing about real estate is there really are no days off. Because
Right. Yeah, I work a lot of weekends. Even during the pandemic, it's, you know, and with no open houses, it actually makes you busier in some ways because you have to go show everything versus being able to send, maybe sometimes send a buyer. You have to, so yeah, it's a balancing act. So I try, you know, if I'm working weekends to take an afternoon or something, at least, but it's, you know, it's not always easy.
we've got a question. How did you get your start? Did you intern? But I think that it just goes, you didn't really have to get your start because you came from a family of real estate.
Yeah. Oh, get my start here in LA. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I actually really grew up on the East Coast. So, I mean, when I started here, I didn't really know anyone. I mean, I knew my brother was out here, but I just started from scratch. You know, I just have that sort of grinder work ethic from, you know, I went to business school and applied. I actually had my own business at one point before. So I took a lot of learnings from that. And, you know,
Wait,
it's,
what
you know,
was your business that you had?
I had an online, well, I used to, I was at DirecTV, I was in senior management, managed all the online marketing. So then I left and I started my own online platform, which represented jewelry designers.
Ooh,
Yeah,
fun.
it was a lot of PR and marketing. But
Mm-hmm.
from that, I learned, you know, I spent money on things. And, you know, being real estate is just a business, you know, just we sell houses, you know, we're marketing and business. So I took a lot of, you know, what I learned from that business. It was like getting a second MBA, took from my MBA and, you know, tried to apply it to real estate.
Wow. And that works because look at your listings. You've got 40 million, 38 million, 26 million. These are crazy.
Yeah, some of those are in the OC, but yeah, no, I have. I mean, you know, I was working really hard before, but obviously connecting with Frederick has enabled me, like with some of the people I knew, just to close even higher business, you know, just to lock in some deals that while the people knew and respected me, having Frederick and John, you know, just enables me to, you know, close those higher listings.
So, Marcy, who were you with before? Oh, you were with Douglas Elliman, no?
Yeah, I was with Berkshire Hathaway, and then I was with Douglas Elliman for a year before I joined the Eklund Gomes team. Yeah.
Wow. Well, let's hop over and see another one of your incredible listings on Stradella, 1037 Stradella Road, 6 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms. This is a beauty. And I mean, look at the back of this house. It's just stunning.
Yeah, now this is a completely different buyer from Whiten. Actually, great news on, oh, I guess we'll talk about price. So I have some exciting news on that. But
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay. This one, we are also going to have the audience guess the price. So pay attention, people. Marcy, take us inside.
So it is a 6-bedroom, 7-bath home. It's got 3 levels. This is the master bath level. That is the sort of, well, that's the master bath of the, with the master. You kind of come into when you enter the house, the master is on that level.
Wow.
You know, it's a house that's built into the hill. Like if, you know, there's over $1.5 million just in caissons to reinforce that house is not going anywhere. But then you see the main living area, which is there. It's great, amazing, like California indoor outdoor flow, amazing living with outdoor pool deck. That's the sort of bar area that's leaning towards the kitchen with the pool. We actually had Ryan Lochte at that pool a few weeks ago, and he even approved the pool.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Why was Ryan Lochte shooting at the pool?
He needed to do. It's actually, the house is going to be in People magazine. He needed a place to do he's doing a new business with actually a friend of mine, and they needed a place to do some workout videos, so we had him come there.
What's the business? Can you say?
It's yeah, it's gonna be a platform where you can work out with him. Like you can subscribe to Ryan Lochte and work out. Maybe I'm not supposed to say, but it's to that degree. You're gonna be able to subscribe to like a Ryan Lochte workout, and you actually get to work out with him a couple times a week. And you
Ooh, what about an app where you get to make out with Ryan Lochte? That's the one I want to download.
Yeah. He's a nice guy too, actually, very sweet.
So cute.
Yeah, very handsome.
Okay, well then that sounds interesting. So, audience, can you guess the price of this house, which is 3 stories, right, Marcy?
It's 3 stories, and you're not really seeing, but it's got some amazing views. Oh, there you see. There's some amazing views of the canyon and the ocean. You know, on a clear day, you can see the ocean, and you know, surrounded by multi-million-dollar homes, including the $500 million home that's just a couple blocks down. So it's, you know, you're in good company with this house.
Well, we've got a lot of guesses in the audience, in the comment section. We've got a 18 million from Gabrielle Vel APR, a 20 million from Lisa Michelle Designs, who obviously works for Vesta. A Peds 93 says 15.995. Someone says $10. And then we've got a But who's the closest without going over? I think it's going to be David D. Jamirez, 16 million. It's actually 16.5.
Yes.
Correct?
Correct, until today.
What happened?
We are doing a price improvement. You know, as we've talked about, it's the year of price improvement. So as of today, it'll be going in the MLS at 14,990.
Wow, that is an amazing price for this, and it's on Stradella, so in Bel Air.
Yes, yeah, prime Bel Air location. I mean, someone
prime
really
Bel Air for 14. Yeah. That thing is going to sell so quickly.
Exactly.
My gosh, I love that. So, Marcy, what is your day like today? What is a typical day like for Marcy?
Well, I've already started off my day with some meditation, but next is I'm going to sit down with my assistant. We're going to sort of talk through what's going on. We have to write a counter offer to submit. Actually, one of our properties in Encino, you know, we got an offer in 12 showings and one offer in 5 days. So we're going to work on that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And a couple of other listings we're talking, you know, about getting signed this week. So a lot going on. So it's a be a crazy day trying to get that locked into escrow. And then we have some showings, I think, this afternoon. Yeah.
That's incredible that Encino is so hot right now.
I know, it's really crazy. I mean, we're getting so many calls and it's nuts. Yeah, all cash offer came in last night. We'll see.
Oh my God. That's gotta be so fun to be at Marcy's level, but you gotta hustle, you gotta do the work. Marcy, thank you so much for coming by and showing us your 2 listings, playing a game with us, and just being a good sport. I can't wait to work with you more on Eklund Gomes.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Marcy. Everyone, Marcy Roth, you can follow her at Marcy Roth on Instagram. She posts a lot. She's very active, and DM her for more or check her out online. Marcy, thank you so much for sharing your time with us and coming on the show. I love you so much.
Thanks. Love you too. Bye.
Bye. I love Marcy. I love her. She's our West Side deal maker. Marcy Roth of Eklund Gomes team out there hustling. She also closed a huge house last year that she couldn't talk about, but it was that one that sold to Travis Scott in an all-cash deal as well that was highly publicized. So really fun to follow her journey at Marcy Roth. If you guys want to catch other episodes of our show, you can check us out on YouTube, our Instagram, and also our Spotify and iTunes. Just search Society Group and Real Talk, and you can find old episodes. I'm your host, Alexander Ali. I gotta go. Thank you so much for keeping it real talk. Bye-bye.